Okay, everyone. Our next story is coming from the Christian Post, and it is regarding Bishop Charles Ellis III. And as you all might recall, he was the one that was accused of touching Ariana Grande during the Aretha Franklin funeral on August 31st, 2018. Everybody have seen the video. As you can see, it's playing. You'll be able to see and make your own determination if he was considered groping or exactly what it is. It looks a little suspect to me, where his hands were placed. But anyway, he now has a new um, scandal that has come out. And it's like I said, the article is coming from the Christian Post. Leonardo Blair is the author of this article. Okay. So Bishop Charles Ellis III has admitted to an affair with his ex member. Mm, I wonder how. So, yeah, we know how. So let's get into it. Bishop Charles H. Ellis, a longtime senior pastor of the nearly 6,000 member Greater Grace Temple in Detroit, Michigan, has admitted to engaging in, quote, inappropriate relationship, end quote, with a former member who accused him on social media of having an extramarital relationship with her from 2002 until 2018. That's 16 years, baby. That's 16 years. 16 years. Woo! I was recently made aware of social media posts shared by a former member of my congregation with whom I had an inappropriate relationship over 15 years ago. The 67-year-old Ellis said, who is married, said in a statement provided to the Christian Post on Tuesday. These posts include accusations, some of which are deeply troubling and untrue. Given the nature of the several false claims being made, I have asked my legal counsel, Attorney Gerald Evelyn, to carefully review all matters, in particularly a joint bank account with my name on it. Mm. Ooh, this is getting interesting, everybody. Ellis, who is married and fathered three children, one of whom is deceased, with his wife, Chrisette Michelle Ellis, stated that his, quote, indiscretions, unquote, with the former member were addressed with his bishop in a, quote, in a redemptive process which included counseling, end quote. Okay. The former Greater Grace Temple member, writing under the username Melodoscurity Story on TikTok, claims she was in an on and off relationship with Ellis for 16 years from 2002 until 2018. For a long time, I feared for my life just to share my story. For a long time, I wanted to protect him because I loved him. But the more mature I grew into loving myself, I found out this wasn't love at all. It was an explosion of my need, my brokenness and weakness, exploitation. Let me read this again. She said it was an exploitation of my need, my brokenness, and my weakness, she wrote in one post. I suffered greatly behind his lack of righteous leadership, and I am still healing and making sense of my experience. Many people judge women when men of prominence and influence prey on young women and call it benevolence. I'm ready to tell my story and how God brought me through out of this counterfeit narrative the enemy wanted to plant in my life, she stated to in her post. The former member claims that when she met Ellis in 2002, she was young, vulnerable, single mother. She noted in one post that in 2002, when she was 22, Ellis christened my baby in his office because I wasn't married. And this is the inception of our relationship. Okay. After years of processing the relationship she had with Ellis, the former congregant said she realized that she had suffered spiritual abuse and confronted him about it in 2023. He refuses to walk in truth and acknowledge his wrong. He is a pompous swine. This isn't about money. My soul was on the line. He's someone I cared about that I had to realize exploited me emotionally and spiritually. I often thought how my life would have been different had he, quote, fathered, unquote, me righteously, she wrote. Even when he was my so called sugar daddy, God allowed it for a time. Mm, I don't know whether God allowed it for a time. I don't know whether God is in the midst of this, honey girl. Now, I was with you until you tried to put it on God that God is allowing you to have an adulterous relationship with a married man, and now you putting it on God. Now, come on, girl, come on, come on. Okay, she continued. I believed he loved me. I believe he needed love. She said, but when I grow up and love myself, I understood the damage it caused me and my family, she continued. He could have literally just said, I'm wrong and I apologize for mismanaging you spiritually. If this was about money, I could have stayed a side piece and kept quiet. Okay. But God revealed to me my value, not a woman or a man, God. Okay. Yeah, I know God has convicted you. You knew better from the beginning before you even stepped in it. Now, I'm not standing with nobody walking in, knowing somebody is married and then you going to enter an adulterous relationship. And then, don't try to put it on God. You knew he was married. Just own it. Okay. Yes, he might have spiritually abused you, preyed upon you, or whatever. But the thing of it is you knew he was married before you even got in a relationship with him. So stop the cap. Stop the cap, girl. All right, let's get back to it. And he needed to stop the cap. He knew he was married. He should have never messed with the girl. But anyway, let's get back to it. If this was about money, okay, she said she was state of side piece. In a bid to verify her claims, the woman made multiple posts on TikTok showing her concerns to Ellis, including photos, screenshots of text messages, and bank statements suggesting she held joint financial accounts with the pastor. Oh my. Oh my. Ellis was asked by the Christian Post to respond to specific claims made by the former member. He also was asked to state when the relationship with the woman ended, how long his restoration process lasted, and whether he stepped up from stepped away from the pulpit during that time? Those are all good questions. The bishop's spokesperson, Mario Morrow of Mario Morrow and Associates LLC, told this Christian Post Tuesday, "We're not commenting further at this time." Those are very basic questions, but okay, you're not commenting. Ellis' accuser is now promoting a tell-all book about her relationship with the bishop, which she has titled "The Bishop, His Wife, and Me." Woo! In 2007, the Lord gave me the title of this book long before I had the courage to tell the story. What began as a love that I thought was everything became a divine doorway that led me into truth, self love, revelation, healing, and an unshakable relationship with the Holy Spirit, she wrote in a post about the book. This is more than a testimony, it is my life, raw, true, and redeemed. Excuse me. In 2018, when Ellis' accuser claims her relationship with the bishop finally ended, he was forced to apologize to singer Ariana Grande for what many members of the public interpreted as inappropriate touching after she performed at the funeral service of Aretha Franklin on August 31st, 2018. It would never be my intentions to touch any woman's breast. Okay, you all are seeing the video behind me, right, y'all? Y'all, y'all seeing the video, right? Okay, so you all make the determination on whether he's touching her breast or not. It's on loop. It's on loop. So in case you miss it, you continue to see it. Okay, he said. It's up to you. But you tell me what you see in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe while you're doing it. Okay. He's continued. I don't know. I guess I put my arm around her. Ellis told the Associated Press, maybe I crossed the border. Maybe I was too friendly or familiar. But again, I apologize. Ellis claimed he had been hugging on several performers that day, and he treated them the same regardless of sex. I hugged all the females artists and male artists, he said. Everybody that was up, I shook their hands and hugged them. That was that's what we are all about in the church. We are all about love. Hold up. That's true. That we are all about love in the church, but we are not about hugging and a man hugging a woman and their hand is right here. You see what I'm saying? Right here. Right here. No, we do side hugs or we don't do hugs at all. We do handshakes. We embrace. If it depends on how you do it. There's that side hug. The side hug where you get like this. There's no, and you got space in between you and the neck and the person. There's a way to hug, and you can be about love in church. But this right here, you can see the video behind me. You can see the video behind me. Okay. You tell me what you think. Think about that hug. Tell me what you think about that hug. Put it in the comment section. Okay. Well, everybody, it seems like this is really breathtaking, revealing, and I want you to get in the comment section and tell me what you think about Bishop Ellis and his newfound exposure with his former member of his church. Okay.